If you think budget cars are boring, slow, or stripped down, think again, because today we're diving deep into the 2025's best budget cars in Australia, and you won't believe number 3. The Australian car market in 2025 is going through one of its most exciting shifts ever. New car buyers are demanding more value, more features, more tech, and brands are responding with models that feel far from basic. This video is for everyone, whether you're a first-time buyer, a family looking for a practical daily driver, or just someone who wants the most bang for their buck without sacrificing safety or style. And trust me, there are some real surprises in this list, including one tiny turbocharged hatch that might just make you rethink everything you know about budget cars. But before we jump in, let's talk about why this matters so much in Australia right now. Car prices have crept up over the last few years, interest rates are higher, and the cost of ownership has become a real talking point. Australians are holding on to cars longer, but when they do buy, they want their purchase to last, be cheap to run, and still deliver on comfort and modern tech. That's why automakers are fighting harder than ever to capture your attention, by giving budget buyers features once reserved for luxury cars: big infotainment screens, wireless connectivity, advanced driver assistance systems, hybrid powertrains, and even fully electric options. So buckle up, because we're about to go through 5 of the best budget cars you can buy in 2025, with a deep dive into their design, interior, tech, performance, safety ratings, real-world pricing, pros, cons, and even a look at how they stack up against their rivals. Let's kick things off with a name everyone knows, the Toyota Corolla hatch, the undisputed king of reliability and resale value. In 2025, Toyota has given the Corolla hatch some subtle updates to keep it fresh and competitive. From the outside, it looks sharp, with a bold grille, aggressive LED headlights, and a stance that almost makes you forget this is a budget car. The sporty lines give it a European flair, and the color palette now includes some fun two-tone options that make it look more youthful. But it's when you step inside that you really see why the Corolla is a bestseller. The cabin feels solid and well built, with soft touch materials on the dash, supportive seats, and a well-laid-out center console. The 8-inch infotainment screen is responsive and supports wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so no more cables dangling in your cabin. You even get a decent digital driver display, which is rare in this price bracket. Storage space is good for a hatch, with clever cubbies and a practical boot that can handle weekly shopping or a weekend getaway. Under the bonnet, Toyota gives you 2 options, a lively 2.0-liter petrol engine or the super-efficient hybrid. The hybrid is the star of the show, delivering fuel economy figures that are almost unmatched in this class, which is a lifesaver with fluctuating petrol prices across Australia. Driving dynamics are composed, steering feels light but precise, and ride comfort is excellent, soaking up city bumps with ease. Toyota's Safety Sense suite adds adaptive cruise control, lane tracing assist, road sign recognition, and autonomous emergency braking, all standard, which means peace of mind for you and your family. The only downside: the rear seat space is on the tighter side compared to rivals like the Hyundai i30, and Toyota's infotainment graphics still feel a bit dated compared to some flashier competitors. But overall, the Corolla hatch remains the safe, sensible, and surprisingly stylish choice. Now, if you're ready to think a little more futuristic, let's talk about our second car, the MG4 Electric, and this is where things get very interesting. The MG4 is currently one of the most affordable fully electric cars you can buy in Australia, and MG has absolutely nailed the formula. From the outside, it looks modern and sleek, with an aerodynamic profile, distinctive LED light signatures, and sharp character lines that make it look far more expensive than it is. Step inside, and you'll find a minimalist cabin design that rivals some premium EVs. The dashboard features a floating digital display and a separate driver cluster, giving you that high-tech EV experience. There's a surprising amount of space inside thanks to the dedicated EV platform, with a completely flat floor and roomy seating for 5 adults. Technology is where the MG4 really shines. Over-the-air software updates keep your car current. There's a suite of connected services, and you get advanced driver assistance features like adaptive cruise, lane keep assist, and even a 360-degree camera in some trims. Range is competitive too, up to 450 kilometers on a single charge with the long-range variant, which is plenty for daily commuting and even weekend trips. And thanks to fast charging capability, you can top it up to 80% in under 40 minutes at a public DC charger. Performance is surprisingly zippy, with instant torque making it fun to drive around town. On the flip side, MIG's after-sales reputation is still earning trust in Australia, so dealer support and resale value might not match Toyota or Hyundai just yet, but if you want to step into the EV world at a reasonable price, the MG4 is a no-brainer. But here's where things get really fun, our number 3 pick, and the one you probably weren't expecting, the Kia Picanto GT. This tiny hatch might just be the most exciting car under $20,000. On the outside, it looks feisty with a sporty front bumper, red accents, and turbo badging that hints at what's under the bonnet. It's compact, which means it's perfect for city streets, tight parking spots, and weaving through traffic, but don't think that means it's boring. The 1.0-litre turbocharged engine delivers a surprisingly punchy drive, and because the car is so light, it actually feels quick. The steering is sharp, the manual gearbox, yes, it still comes with a manual, is engaging, and overall, the Picanto GT is just pure fun. Inside, things are simple but functional: an 8-inch infotainment screen, good smartphone connectivity, and seats that are comfortable enough for 4 adults. The boot is small, but that's expected for a car this size. The real win here is Kia's 7-year unlimited kilometer warranty, which is still one of the best in the business, giving you peace of mind long after purchase. The downside: road noise is noticeable on highways, and you won't find fancy driver assistance systems here like in the Corolla, but that's not what this car is about. The Picanto GT is for drivers who want personality and fun on a budget. Now, if you want something that feels a little more refined and mature, check out our fourth pick, the Mazda 2. Mazda has given this small hatch a tasteful refresh for 2025, and it now looks more stylish than ever with a redesigned grille, new colors, and updated wheels. Mazda is known for making interiors that feel more premium than their price suggests, and the Mazda 2 is no exception. Soft touch materials, tasteful design, and excellent seat comfort make it feel like you've stepped into a more expensive car. The infotainment system is intuitive, though it still uses the rotary controller rather than a full touchscreen in some trims, which might not be for everyone. Under the bonnet, you get an efficient 1.5-litre petrol engine that's tuned for smoothness and fuel economy rather than outright speed, and it performs well both in the city and on the highway. The driving experience is where Mazda shines. The steering is precise, the chassis feels balanced, and the overall ride is quiet and refined. Safety is solid too, with features like forward collision warning, lane departure warning, and auto emergency braking. The only negatives: rear seat space is tight, and pricing for higher trims gets close to bigger cars like the i30, but if you value refinement and interior quality, the Mazda 2 is an excellent choice. Finally, let's talk about the Hyundai i30, a car that has consistently been one of Australia's best-selling small cars for good reason. The 2025 i30 continues to offer great value with sharp styling, a practical cabin, and excellent driving dynamics. The exterior features a wide grille, aggressive headlights, and a sporty silhouette that gives it real road presence. Step inside, and you'll find a cabin that's roomy, well-built, and filled with features. The infotainment system is one of the best in the class, with wireless smartphone mirroring, a crisp display, and easy-to-use menus. Hyundai offers a range of powertrains, from the efficient base petrol engine to the punchier N-line turbo variant, so you can choose your level of performance. Ride comfort is excellent, and the i30 feels stable and confident even on rough Australian roads. Hyundai also backs the car with a 5-year unlimited kilometer warranty and capped price servicing, which keeps ownership costs predictable. The only real downside is that fuel economy isn't as impressive as the Corolla hybrid, but for most buyers, the balance of performance, comfort, and price makes the i30 a fantastic all-rounder. So how do these 5 stack up against their competitors? The Toyota Corolla still dominates when it comes to reliability and resale value, making it the safe long-term bet. The MG4 undercuts rivals like the BYD Dolphin and Nissan Leaf on price while offering similar range and better tech features. The Kia Picanto GT doesn't really have a direct rival, maybe the Suzuki Swift Sport, but the Picanto undercuts it significantly in price while offering similar fun. The Mazda 2 stands out against the Honda Jazz and Suzuki Baleno thanks to its more premium interior and better driving dynamics, though it's not as spacious as the Honda. And the Hyundai i30 continues to be the all-rounder champion, going head-to-head with the Corolla and often winning buyers over with its sharper pricing and generous feature list. So which one should you actually buy? Here's my verdict: if you want the safest bet for resale and hybrid fuel savings, go with the Toyota Corolla Hybrid. If you're ready to take the leap into EV ownership, the MG4 is hands down the smartest and most affordable choice right now. If you want a fun, engaging little city car that puts a smile on your face every time you drive it, the Kia Picanto GT is your go-to. If interior quality and a more refined driving feel are your priorities, the Mazda 2 will impress you. And if you just want a balanced, practical, tech-loaded hatch that does everything well, you can't go wrong with the Hyundai i30. Whichever you choose, you'll be driving one of the smartest buys of 2025, and that's what really matters. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these cars surprised you the most? Would you actually consider buying an EV like the MG4 this year, or are you sticking with petrol power? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button if this video helped you out, share it with a friend who's car shopping, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss our latest car reviews, comparisons, and buyer's guide.